And welcome to another video from the Nail Engineer. I got my new Madam Glam order 50% off for American Mother's Day, so I decided to get 10 new colours and I'm going to do a bit of a swatch-a-thon. Okay, so the first 5 that I'm going to do are in the kind of pink, red, purple colour group, and you can see the colours here. Colour Me Coraly, Shimmer Sexy Berry, Shimmer Lavender, Vintage Pink, and this one doesn't have a sticker on, but it's called Twilight Lilac. The first one that I want to look at is Shimmer Sexy Berry, and my favourite go-to colour is like a metallic burgundy, and I'm really hoping that this will be a good replacement for CND in Masquerade, which I was wearing last week, with Glittery Plum, also by Madam Glam, over the top, but it's just a little bit sheer, which maybe you can see there. So it needs underwear, this one, and I just don't like the formula of the CND. Love the colour, but hate how it shrinks and pits. So hopefully it's going to be a close match. Well, the formula looks pretty nice. It's looking a little bit more browny, but it's going on really, really nice. I have high hopes for this one. And let's have a look at Shimmer Lavender. I'm hoping this isn't as sheer as Glittery Plum, although it is looking a little bit sheer. Really nice colour though. Next up we've got Colour Me Coraly, and I actually bought one called So Hot, which looked like the kind of coral colour that I wanted, and it turned out to be so luminous. I'll get the pop out so that when I've finished painting this one up and curing, we can compare and contrast. Okay, let's have a go on the first coat of Twilight Lilac. Oh, this one looks like quite a thick one. Hope it doesn't wrinkle. Apologies if this is looking a bit messy. It's just a nail pop, so I'm not really taking a lot of time and care, although I'm trying to get some of this excess off. And now onto Vintage Pink, which again looks a little bit thick. Very nice colour though. Okay, so this is what we've got after the first coat. The Twilight Lilac is actually, say that again, Twilight Lilac is really quite opaque already. It's a really nice kind of nude lilac-y colour. The Lavender Shimmer is quite sheer. You can see my finger through there. This Shimmer Sexy Red Berry, is it? Shimmer Sexy Berry, sorry, is a bit sheer, but I would expect that. Quite good opacity on the Vintage Pink, and same goes with the Colour Me Coraly. So I'm going to do another coat and see how it turns out. So here are the finished pops. I'm really, really pleased with Shimmer Sexy Berry. Even though it looks like it was going on a bit more brown, when it cures it seems to get a little bit more red to it. And as you can see, compared there to Masquerade by CND, you've got quite a lot more sparkle in there than in the CND, and it doesn't seem to shrink or anything. It's a really, really nice formula. It's just maybe a little bit more sheer than Masquerade. Oh, actually no, because this has got 2 coats on, that's got 3, so bye bye. this is my new favourite. I'm really pleased with the Shimmer Lavender as well. It looked like it was never going to go opaque. I did actually put 3 coats on this, but you could possibly get away with 2 coats actually. It's really pretty, and in person it's quite browny bronzy, as opposed to kind of purple lavender. But in both cases they're pretty true to the colour on the lid. Next up, Twilight Lilac. This one was most impressive. It's looking a bit nude on the camera, but in person it's definitely a bit more kind of taupey lilac, I would call this. And it just goes on beautifully, and even though it was quite thick and really, really opaque, I thought it would wrinkle with it being a light colour. Not a wrinkle in sight. Super impressed with that. On to Vintage Pink, and again, really, really quite true to the colour on the top, and it looks a little bit more kind of raspberry than it's showing up on screen. I'll try and get some pictures of these in daylight tomorrow, before I post the video. The only one so far that I'm a bit disappointed with is Colour Me Coraly. And on to the next 5. Working through the colours, this is a green glitter called Tomboy, which I especially got for cousin Heather. Hi Heather. This one is for me. It's a really, really nice kind of pale minty green, kind of turquoisey, with quite a bit of glitter in there, a bit more actually than I thought there would be, and since I love glitter, it's all good. Then we've got this lovely soft vintage blue, which I would say in person is definitely like a Wedgwood blue, and I'm thinking of maybe a Wedgwood cameo inspired manicure to make for a future video. This one's Splendid. I thought that it would be a grey, but it's actually looking more like a taupey colour, which is a bit of a shame, because I also got back to Cali, which was the kind of taupey pinky nude that I was after, so I'm a little bit worried that these two will be a bit much of a muchness. First up, let's have a look at Tomboy. Bit thinner than the Lavender Shimmer, so I think it's going to be sheerer, and I'm not talking about the footballer. Yeah, it does look, that's a really, really sheer, lovely colour, but really quite sheer. Next up we've got Irresistible, and this is the one I've most been looking forward to. Quite thick, so hopes are high that it's going to be a bit more opaque than Tomboy was, and it is certainly looking that way. Seems a bit kind of lumpy. I have shaken this, but that could just be due to the amount of glitter in there. On to Vintage Blue now, and it's looking like a nice medium consistency. Sorry, my pop is a little bit fluffy. Let's see if Splendid can live up to its name. Looks kind of quite thick. Okay, so it's looking a little bit more grey going on. I would say that this is like a French grey, you know, that kind of beigey grey or greige. I can see on the display that it's looking a bit kind of creamy nude, but trust me, it's definitely on the side of grey. You can see there if I put it up against my hand. And finally, back to Cali, which is looking like a good medium consistency. Going on pretty opaque there. And this is more of a kind of rosy nude. Quite impressed by the opacity there. And that's just actually a nice tone. So after curing the first coat, I'm super impressed to see that even the light colours haven't wrinkled a single bit. I don't know if you can see that, but they're all smooth, glossy, shiny. Back to Cali is really nice and opaque. Splendid has actually cured a bit more kind of grey and less taupe looking, which is good. Again, the Vintage Blue is quite opaque. I'm really surprised for a light colour how opaque Irresistible is, and you can see those lovely glitters there. I'm really looking forward to wearing this one. In the flesh, it's a little bit less turquoise and a bit more minty. And then Tomboy, yeah, it's really quite, sorry, going off camera, it's really quite sheer, you can see there. Well, I'm officially impressed. I'll tell you why in a minute. First up, back to Cali, and it's really, really nice. All of these are 2 coats, and again, pretty true to the colour in the lid. Splendid has cured a bit greyer. It is still quite taupey. We'll see what it's like in daylight. Vintage Blue, a little bit more blue in person than the sample, but I'm really, really pleased with that colour. Really nice. Irresistible, which I cannot believe didn't wrinkle and is like completely fully opaque. Can't wait to wear that one. And this is why I'm impressed. Even though it went on really, really wishy-washy, Tomboy has come up trumps. It's completely opaque on 2 coats. And here they all are together. My 10 new colours from Madam Glam. Colour Me Coraly, Shimmer Sexy Berry, Shimmer Lavender, Vintage Pink, Twilight Lilac, Back to Cali, Splendid, Vintage Blue, Irresistible, and Tomboy. I can't wait to get these babies on my nails. See you next time.